Namaste and welcome to Om Sweet Om Yoga. So happy you could join us today. I am going to give you a little information about yoga. We'll do a few poses together and show you some of the things that we use when we practice this type of yoga, which is Hatha Yoga. Yoga by definition means union. So the idea is that we are trying to connect your mind, your body, your spirit, your breath, and your soul all together. So we're very ambitious, but yoga is something that can be practiced by anyone of any age, any shape, any size, any athletic ability. And really, if you can sit down on your mat, sometimes you can do it in a chair, sometimes you can do it in your bed. It's really for everyone. That's something that I really love about it. I've been practicing yoga for about 23 years and I really love it. It has helped me get through some really hard times in my life. Being a single mom, I survived stage 4 cancer with yoga and have dealt with lots of different things that can be really challenging in life, and not the least of which is recently a pandemic. And the great thing about yoga is it keeps us grounded. It also can keep you in healthy state of mind and body, and it also renews your spirit. So it's a really good tool for you to use to keep yourself grounded, keep yourself healthy, keep yourself whole, and most importantly, keep yourself connected to yourself. So many times we're running around in the world, we just need to take some time to connect to ourselves and our own healing energy, which is all inside of us. So that's one of the greatest things. And one of my favorite things about this style of yoga is called Satyananda Yoga. So it's Hatha, which means poses, and we do some asanas, Hatha Yoga, and then we do some breathing exercises, and we do some relaxation at the end of our class. So let me show you a couple of the props we use. This is a strap. That doesn't need to be fancy, right? Just a strap that we use. Then we've got these blocks that we use. This can be laid down. This is the low side, this is the medium side, and this is the high side. Okay, and then we use blankets to sit on so that we can get our hips in the proper positioning. So we tend to have about 1 inch thick for females, and we just fold it over and then have people sit on it for males, double size. That has only to do with the hip positioning, the difference between men and women. And so if you were male, you would sit on the first part of this, the back part of your buttocks. And if you're female, you're gonna sit on the first third of that. See where I kind of drew that line, the back of your buttocks there. So I'm just gonna slide this back and get up on that. Okay, and so I'm going to take you through a couple of poses just to give you a sense of what we do in Om Sweet Om Yoga, and you can connect with us through our webpage at omsweetoomyogalv.com. Has links for Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel as well. So I hope that you remember that why we practice yoga is not to be better looking or you know, more in shape. Those are byproducts. It is to connect to the best parts of yourself. And when you do that, you can then bring the yoga off the mat, which is ideal because if people meet you and they feel the energy that you've created in your yoga, now they're meeting yoga, and we're just spreading so much love around the world, which is of course my intention. I am all about that love energy. So let's get started. And first we want to get in a comfortable sitting position. I'm going to show you a couple options. I'm sitting in Sukhasana, which is Sanskrit for easy pose. But if that's too intense, you can put the soles of your feet together and come in to a Konasana, which is a bound angle pose. That is an upright sitting, kind of like a butterfly, your legs, okay? Or we can go into an easy lotus with one foot up, or we can go into a full lotus. But so that I can stay with you, we're gonna go into easy pose. We like to have the heels lined up. Then we're going to sit on our blankets and let's roll our shoulders up, back, and down, and then again, up, back, and down. So now our chest and spine are lifted and our spine is nice and straight. We want our neck to be in line with our spine. Why? Because whenever the neck and the spine are in line or aligned, it means that the muscles can soften and start to relax. Not just the muscles in your neck and your back, but in your face and in the front of your body, in your abdomen, and now your body is ready for its meditative sit at the start of your practice, right? So we're gonna close our eyes. We're gonna roll, before we do that, we're gonna roll our index finger into the base of our thumb and come into Jnana Mudra, and we're gonna bring the wrist to the knees, and we just take the the middle finger and thumb and bring them together. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall, and we're gonna be in our Sukhasana easy pose for a moment while we breathe in our nose and we breathe out our nose. We feel a connection at the top or base of our head, our skull, and we feel like it's pulling us up, because good posture means oxygen moves more freely through our body. So we're upright, we're breathing in both nostrils, we're breathing out both nostrils. While you're focusing on your breath, I want you to feel the connection of your breath traveling to the crown of your head or top of your head, and feel as the breath moves down the body, taking with it any tiredness, any tension, any stress. Just breathe it down and let it go. Let's be mindful of the fact that any tiredness, any tension or stress in your body does not belong to you. So you can just breathe it out and let it go, okay? So we're gonna take 6 really deep breaths up to the crown and deep exhales out. So an inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, now 4 times on your own, take that breath up the body and exhale down. Let your hips soften down into the floor. Let your spine and chest be lifted. Now I want you to think about why you might practice yoga. What could be a benefit of you sitting in your stillness, focusing on your breath, inner healing, your inner strength, your inner courage, your inner resolve, your beautiful self, your whole, full, grateful, complete, enough self. Think of a short positive statement, which is an intention or a sankalpa, that you can repeat to yourself 3 times. I'm going to give you an example. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Now think of one that comes to you and repeat it to yourself 3 times. Nice. Now let's just do a little gentle neck opening, and then we'll go into a few gentle poses. Let's just drop that right ear to the right shoulder as you inhale, and then exhale, bringing that chin to the chest. Inhale, left ear to the left shoulder, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, chin to the chest. Left ear to the left shoulder, chin to the ceiling. Right ear to the right shoulder, chin to the chest. Now let's go in the opposite direction. And we'll take the left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Chin to the chest. Deep breath, inhale, left ear to the left shoulder. Chin to the ceiling. Right ear to the right shoulder. Chin to the chest. Now we're gonna bring that right hand to the chest and just push your spine back a little. Notice if there's any more release in the spine as you inhale, lift your head. Beautiful. Let's get anything. If you've got bells in front of you, we're gonna move those out of the way. We're gonna slide our blanket off the mat for a moment. And we're just gonna take our knees, bring them together, and then come up. We're gonna go into our easy cat stretch. So our Marjarasana pose. We're gonna come in like a tabletop, and we're gonna bring our hands nice and wide on the floor. And we're gonna do a little cat and cow. So we're gonna go from Marjarasana into our Balasana, okay? So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go inhale, lift that chin and what is like the tail or the base of our spine up to the ceiling. Exhale, we're gonna round our back and we're gonna pull our belly towards our spine and push shoulder blades up as high as we can to the ceiling. Good, so it's inhale up. Exhale, round that back, pull that navel, stretch those shoulder blades. Inhale up. Good, breathe, exhale, round that back. One more time. Inhale up, you should feel that expansion in your stomach, your abdomen, opening up here. Exhale, round that back. Beautiful. Good, okay, and then we're going to walk our hands forward about 2 hand spaces, okay? So 1, 2, and we're just gonna drop the hips down, and then we're gonna come down with our face onto the floor. We're gonna flatten our feet. Deep breath in, elbows in by the body as we lift up into Bhujangasana. So we're elbows staying bent, we're lifting our chest, we're stretching our abdomen, and we're looking towards the ceiling. Okay, so breathing as we lift. Let's exhale down. And again, let's come up one more time, but just rest a moment. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in, up into Bhujangasana. So we're opening the lower back. We're stretching the throat. Good, let's exhale down. Now we're gonna bring the forehead to the floor and we're gonna curl those toes under. We're gonna push through our fingers, lifting back up. We're gonna bend those knees again, and we're gonna push the knees towards the heels, walk the feet forward a step, and then we're gonna look at our hands and we're gonna come into our Adho Mukha Savasana, our downward dog. I'm coming in to say hello again. So we're stretching our shoulders. We're looking at our fingertips, right? Because that's how we're getting the real downward dog stretch. Very good. Breathe. Okay, and then I'm going to slide my feet back just a little, and I'm going to come all the way forward, shifting just my hips, weight, upward dog. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale, we're still looking at the fingertips, and we're going into our downward dog. Then we're going to come back to our cow. We're going to walk those knees forward, sitting into Vajrasana, our hero pose. And if this is a little too intense, you can grab a blanket and put it right up under your knees. That's why the blankets are great. Okay. We're going to swing those feet around, and we're going to go into our Baddha Konasana. I'm going to turn this way, but I'm going to show you that I'm going to stay this way. Okay, so we're going to walk our hands back, get onto our elbows, and we're going to lay down into our bound angle. Okay, so this is our Baddha Konasana. My soles of my feet are together, knees out to the side, one hand on the chest and one hand on the navel or belly. And just let your body start to sink down a little bit into the floor. Let your body just relax in this pose. Beautiful. Then we're going to inhale, bring the knees together. And we're just going to straighten those legs up because the yogis believe that when we bring the oxygen and the blood back up towards the heart, they call all the reverse poses beauty poses because they're sending all that fresh oxygen. So this is a variation of Vipari. You don't want to try doing reverse poses unless you're either against the wall or you have a yoga teacher helping you. Partly because you always want to protect your neck and you want to make sure that you're not doing anything in yoga classes where you're hurting yourself. That's not yoga. Yoga is not about hurting yourself. It's about opening yourself, right? So we don't want to open ourselves to pain. We want to open ourselves to releasing any kind of attachment to anything that is preventing us from being in the present moment, okay? So you can wiggle those feet just a little back and forth. We get a little bit of that blood flowing out of the ankles. Good, and just breathe. How about we do a little bit of rotation to the right? Good, let's take it 5 times to the right and 5 times to the left. Beautiful. Then we're going to separate those legs a little and we're going to slide the hands up and bring our hands to the inside of, so the elbows are on the inside of the knees, and now we have our hands wrapped around the bottom of our feet as we come into our happy baby pose. So we are, now happy babies, they can roll from side to side, get a little massage into the spine. It's a really nice way to release the lower back. You can work to try to get your knees down towards the floor, but you want to keep your neck tucked, right? So you keep your chin tucked in by your neck, and we're touching down on the floor, and you'll be able to check in with your hips here. This is a fun pose. That's why babies like to do it. Usually they do this with their toes and their mouth. So you can check and see, can I get my feet towards my face? Not something you can work towards. Sometimes in yoga classes, you'll be shown, okay, here's where you can go. Wherever you are is amazing because the fact that you get yourself to the yoga mat, that's a really big accomplishment, right? Okay, let's stretch those legs all the way up. Then we're gonna hug them into the knees, lift the head in between the knees, and then we're gonna straighten out that left leg and right leg. And now we are in what is called Shavasana, the corpse pose, okay? So we want to magnify the stillness in corpse pose. Obviously I'm moving because I'm talking, but we want to try to keep the head as straight as possible, the arms out by the sides, or if it's more comfortable for you to have one on the chest and one on the belly, that's perfectly fine. But we want the hands up so we can receive the healing energy. And then we're going to do, right, a little deep breathing. So we're going to do the same deep breathing that we started at the beginning. We're going to inhale up to the crown or top of the head. So we're taking the breath up the body. Exhale all the way down through the toes. Inhale up with the breath. Exhale all the way down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. And let's take that same idea of the breath and you do that with 5 of your breaths. Really deep, even loud and noisy is okay. Just allow your whole body, for the next 3 breaths, just allow your whole body to relax, to sink down into the floor, to let go, to release, to just feel your breath without effort moving through your body. Eyes are closed, face is soft, jaw is relaxed. Allowing your whole body to soften and relax. Letting the whole body soften and relax. Allowing the whole body to soften and relax. And then as you bring your awareness back to your breath, begin to make small movements with your fingers and toes. Inhale, raise your arms over your head. Let's lengthen by reaching and stretching the fingers, the toes. And deep breath in as you stretch and lengthen your spine. Exhale, let it go as you roll to your right side. And you're going to come up slowly back to your sitting up position. We'll get back on our blanket. And we're going to do a little, just a little bit of breath focus, and we'll chant Om 3 times, and then we will seal our practice. Let's bring our palms together at the chest in Namaskar, at Anjali Mudra at the heart, as we lift our spine and bow our heads, as we give thanks for the blessing of this yoga practice, these amazing bodies that do so many amazing things for us, and these blessed lives that we are so fortunate to live. As we just bow and we say Namaste, which means the light in me shines in the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that yoga can become a beautiful part of your life practice. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Namaste. Have a blessed day. Please go and spread some love today. Thank you.